Alright guys, I tried recording this once, but I went over, so I'm going to have to speed it up, okay? So here are my list of movies for the year so far. It's a list that, great movies, a lot of fun, but I'm going to have to narrow this down, since I'm only in August, and I've got more movies coming up that I expect are going to end up being on my list. Number 1, Friday the 13th. You may know I liked it. I watched all of them, as of recently too. The first 2 original ones were fantastic, great movies, great suspenseful, especially the first one. The original Friday the 13th can't be beaten. It has some of the best visual-minded directors. I don't know. It's just phenomenally made. The first original Friday the 13th. Great scares, real scares, realistic. It's not over the top yet. This movie, great over the top. Just over the top. But a great return for Jason. Just phenomenal. Great kills, great everything. The atmosphere was just right. It was teeny bopper, it was stupid at some points, but it was Friday the 13th. It was exactly what you want from Crystal Lake, That's the thing. I'm looking forward to Nightmare on Elm Street next year. Please, Jackie. Please don't mess this up. Alright. Next one. Underworld, Rise of the Lycan. Good movie, solid, a couple flaws. The fact that they could turn the werewolves out on command. They said they couldn't do that except for the older ones who had learned to do that in the first movie. The fact that Celine resembled Victor's daughter when in the original flashback in the original Underworld, Victor's daughter was blonde. So, few flaws, nothing spectacular. Overall connected the story very nicely. Always good to see Bill Nye. He's fantastic and everything. I can't wait to see him as Rufus Scrimgeour in the new Harry Potter. Hopefully it'll be better than the last Harry Potter. Don't get me started on that. If you want to debate that, we will. That last Harry Potter was the worst of them all. And I officially have dubbed it Harry Potter and the Half-Ass Attempt. Alright, so the next movie is Taken. Liam Neeson, fantastic job. Total badass. Kicking butt, hurting people, just trying to get his daughter back. Just ruthless. I need this movie on DVD. It is so good. Next movie, possibly my number 1 movie of the year, unless something comes along and knocks it down. And that's Star Trek. Star Trek did a great job of revising the old storyline. What's great about it is they kept it original, in the fact that you can't say, well, it's not the same as the last one. No, it isn't, because the timeline's been changed. We know that now. You can make this entire alternate world of what's going on. It doesn't affect what happened in the original series, because we have a skewed timeline now. So now we could redo everything in Star Trek, and nothing affects the original Star Trek. You can still go back and enjoy those. Love that. Love the casting. Carl Urban as McCoy, flawless. Just a great performance by him. Next movie, I Love You Man. Great comedy, a lot of fun. Laugh. So a smack at the base, It's a fun movie. Jason Segel and Paul Rudd are great in that. Definitely go out and rent it if you can. Next movie, another good comedy, very unappreciated. Observe and Report. Seth Rogen, very dark humor, very fucked up ending. It's not kid friendly in the least. Great scene where he beats the snot out of a couple cops with his mag light and beats the gangmangers up with a nightstick thing. Oh, that was just funny movie. It hurts a couple scenes, but just funny. If you can rent it, check it out. I'm buying it as soon as it's DVD. Monsters vs. Aliens is the next one. Good animated movie. Not Pixar, not DreamWorks' best. Obviously, best being Shrek, probably. Kung Fu Panda, phenomenal. But they did a great job with this. Hugh Laurie as Dr. Cockroach. Funny. Just great performances all around. Next one, Watchmen. Probably going to end up in my top 3. Hard to say yet, still. Great visuals, fantastic story. I know that he couldn't get everything that was in the graphic novel. The graphic novel was massive and slow, and a classic piece of literature. I'm not going to debate that. It needed to be trimmed, especially for a big screen adaptation. Otherwise, you'd have people falling asleep in the 5-hour or 6-hour version of that movie. Anyway, they did a fantastic job. Zack Snyder, you're the man. I keep pumping out the great adaptations. I will continue to go see them and pay my hard-earned money. Next one, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Had some issues. Not a big a fan of this one as I am of the first one. Fun movie, a lot of fun, great fight sequences, great imagery overall. The CG was amazing, but were there 2 or 3 sets of Constructicons? I mean, because you had Devastator fighting on one screen, then the humans were fighting a dump truck type character on another screen, then Shia LaBeouf's running from a couple other guys who were tearing apart. I'm like, whoa, what? How are the Constructicons in all the different places? Devastator's over there. So there were flaws, like the big round flaws, if you know what I'm saying. Not as good as it could have been. In fact, more than likely, it's going to be bumped off my list. Next movie, Up. Up was really, really good. Great animated movie. Pixar does it again. Looking forward to Toy Story 3 next year. Looking forward to Toy Story 1 and 2 in 3D at the end of this year. Fantastic movie. Great story, great charm, great animation. The dogs are the best part of me, especially Doug. I love golden retrievers. I have had golden retrievers. I have 3 right now. I had one before too. They are just that friendly, at least for the most part. My last dog, Roxy, she was just that friendly. She would literally, I love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you. And don't forget the catchphrase of the year. Squirrel. That is the catchphrase of the year for me. So they got Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell, underappreciated horror film. Sam Raimi is the man. Sam Raimi knows what he's doing. Is a great return to form for horror films for him. Just as good as anything he's done in Evil Dead and Army of Darkness. Fantastic story, great visuals, over the top, really corny, really laughable at certain scenes, which is the point. It's supposed to be laughed at. He likes tying comedy and horror together. A lot of people think, oh, it's just being cheesy. Yes, for that reason. Great gross out moments, just fantastic movie. Just one of the best horror films I've seen in a while. Blows anything else out of the water lately. Most of the horror films are just like, this person did it, boring. Anyway, next movie, G.I. Joe. As you saw with the figures, like the movie, a lot of fun, flaws, Baroness' storyline with her brother being Alex, the doctor / for the people who haven't seen the movie, I won't say. Her falling in love with Duke, becoming a Cougar at the end, it's just, what? I don't think so. No. For the most part, they did a really, really good job. I really like this movie. A lot of fun, a lot of great visuals. Didn't think I'd like the accelerator suit scene. I love the accelerator suit scene. It was just fun. Next one, District 9. Just got back from seeing this. Goes on my list immediately. One of the best sci-fi films I've seen in I don't know how long. Be warned, it is not a kid-friendly film in the least. It is gory. I don't know how many people I saw exploding. This liquid. It was great visuals. Great visual. Peter Jackson and Weta, I don't know how they do it. They made this movie for $30 million. Neil Blomkamp, brilliant first directorial. $30 million. I'm going, how do you make a movie that's $30 million look that realistic with CG when Transformers and G.I. Joe and stuff pay over $100 million and they still look like CG? I was like, they went to the wrong studio. I'm sorry, ILM, I love you. Star Wars, everything. But what happened? What is overpassing you? And they're cheaper. So, I mean, it's like laughable in that sense. But, Peter Jackson, can't go wrong with him. Neil Blomkamp, great job. And just great story. If you get a chance to go see it, go see it. So much fun. Alright, guys. Well, that's it for me right now. Anyway, keep collecting as always. May the force be with you, yo, Joe, and all that jazz.